All right, guys. Hello and welcome to this kind of mastermind thing that I decided to do with some of my community members that were kind enough to agree to have kind of like a talk about everything that is going on in the casino affiliate space. So I just wanted to give everyone just a second to maybe introduce themselves and maybe talk a bit about what they're doing right now. So maybe we can start from the left. We can start with Joshua, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, so my name is Joshua. I'm 20 years old. I'm still a student at the moment. Well, I'm actually doing a degree apprenticeship, so I'm working full time while studying as well. Currently, I'm doing casino affiliate marketing with an SEO website focused on Latin America, the Chilean market specifically. And yeah, I've been in the group since October 2024. So that's about a good 7 months now. And I'm enjoying the community, learning a lot, and looking to grow my brand.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, I can give some feedback to every member as well because no, Joshua has been a guy that has been working, I think, like very hard, one of the hardest working guys in the community. And you've also, I mean, straight before we had this call, we also had a Q&A together with all of the other members, and I think you have one of the highest attendance also for the Q&As.
Yeah,
And we've also had a lot of like private coaching sessions as well, and they've also been very fun as well for me to have them with some of the members. So that is great.
thank you.
Nice. And then we have Joseph as well. He's been in the community for quite some time as well.
Hi, I'm Joseph. I'm also 27 years old. I'm unemployed since 2023. I started my online journey, I think, in 2018 in investing in cryptocurrencies, so I don't need to work
Yeah.
since 2023. But I was looking for some monthly income, so in 2024 I discovered Casino Affiliate Mastery group. I think it was on YouTube, and I think it was the best niche for me, but because I didn't want to build company from scratch or anything like that, so I didn't do anything in casino affiliate group like that. So
And what are you doing currently? You have a website, a couple of websites up, right?
yeah, I have four websites, but two of them are down
Yeah.
because it was first two websites. Then I have two websites targeting Argentina and Slovakia. That's where I'm from.
Mm.
And that one in Argentina is doing pretty good. I get like 10 to 20 clicks per month.
Yeah.
Some registrations already.
Yeah. That's great.
I was in group, I think, for 1 year right now. It
Yeah.
will in August, it will be 1 year.
That's great. And then we also some people already know if you follow the YouTube channel that Johan and me did a quite a long interview. So if you guys haven't watched that, you can also go to the YouTube channel and watch me and Johan's longer interview. But he also decided to join this kind of mastermind call as well. So, but maybe Johan, you can introduce yourself again.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I'm Johan. I'm 40 years old, so maybe I'm the oldest one in this mastermind and maybe in the school community as well. I have three kids. I have a wife, and I work as an SEO consultant in like part time, and the rest of the time I try to dominate the Google search for SEO casino affiliates.
Yeah. And yeah, you've been doing it quite some time. And you were actually one of the first members in the community, right?
Yeah,
So
I was one of the first members. I have been struggling a lot on my own, and a lot of things came into place when I joined the CasinoAffMastery.
yeah. Nice. And you're at the moment, I mean, I think we talked about it in the last in our last interview. Obviously, numbers and stuff like that are secrets, but you're doing pretty well, right, at the moment with your websites.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I think I like double my Swedish salary in my casino affiliate commission.
And you also, I remember you said that you got some offers, right, as well, of selling your website, but you declined it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. I got an offer, but I declined it because I want to scale it to more countries and get the valuation up even more. But it's hard to sell your first site that you have been lucky with.
Yeah. So basically, it's like your baby at the moment.
Yeah, it's like my baby.
So nice. And then we also have another Swedish guy, Albin. Maybe you can tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe even more interesting is how you found the community, because we kind of sometimes laugh about that.
Yeah. But if we begin from the start, I'm a law student in Stockholm. I'm originally from Sundsvall, like a town in the northern part of Sweden. Before law school, I lived in Malta actually, and had like an e-commerce business. And in Malta, like the iGaming like industry is really big, so I got inspired by that, and I tried to start a few like affiliate sites at that time, but nothing really worked. And then I moved back home to Sweden. I went to law school. And then in law school, we have this like a Q&A like Facebook group, which like all the law students ask questions about everything. And then I looked up like the administrator of this group, and it was Adam. And I thought I would check like what is this guy doing now? Is he like a judge or a lawyer? And then I found out that he lives in Bali and and works with a casino affiliation, and he had this community, so I decided to join. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool story, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. So I actually got something out of creating that Facebook group.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I guess
yeah.
that was the start for me, at least, getting into creating communities, because
Mm.
I have done it in the past as well, and I created communities inside of law school as well, and then now also obviously I created communities inside of iGaming. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess we already did the two first questions here. So I'm going to leave the word open to anyone that wants to answer this, and maybe we can get some good discussions going. But if someone from the street asks you, or someone that wants to get started with this, ask you what would be the best tip to actually get started with becoming a casino affiliate marketer, what tip would that be?
Join the CasinoAffMastery on school.
So I haven't paid anyone to join, but
No, I think
Yeah.
to be honest here, actually, I think we have talked about it in the group and on the Q&As as well. But the best tip is actually just to get started, buy like a team and launch a site, and just follow what happens in Google Search Console to get started and get a know-how of how SEO is working. Actually, that's my best tip.
so basically learning from your mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good insight. And also, I think what a lot of people are doing, either like they're tipping the scale too much in one direction, either they are just consuming a lot of content, maybe they're watching my YouTube videos and never really get started, or maybe they're doing the complete opposite approach, like maybe I did when I got started. I didn't do any research or anything. I just got started and just like went on and on. And I think maybe a good mix is good. You are spending some of your time learning, you're spending some of your time actually, building and getting started.
100%. And I think also getting the right people around you is,
Yeah.
I would say, one of the most important things. So joining the community, for example, having access to someone like Adam, Johan as well, and the other successful members in the group can really learn a lot. And then also getting a great content writer, because if you get a great one, they've normally worked on a bunch of other websites as well, and worked with startups and a lot of the big sites, and they also have a lot of knowledge that can help you go further in this game. So I'd definitely say people is the big one.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And like you said, also learning from the people that you are paying is like basically you're getting also knowledge from it. So
100%.
Yeah, because that's something that we talked about in the beginning when you were looking for your content writer, and then you found this guy that you are very proud of.
Yeah, still very proud of it today. And I mean, even when I'm feeling not that motivated, like just him on my team motivates me even more to keep going after it.
Yeah,
So I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And personally, I mean, joining this community is like the easy answer to say it like that. But the perk is like you get like a broad overview over the entire industry. You get like an introduction to on-site SEO, off-page SEO, and like link building and everything. Which I find that like if you're gonna try and search YouTube for all that content, it can be quite hard to get like a complete picture of how to like build a successful website.
that's true, because I also think in the beginning, it's a different thing between learning something and also knowing what to learn.
Yeah,
Because you can sit there with YouTube and it's like, okay, I need to learn something new, but you don't really know what the new thing is.
exactly.
And
Yeah, and I find that like your videos is a great introduction to subjects, and then I can dive even deeper, like on certain aspects of SEO, like from other YouTube channels as well, and that's related to this. So,
my opinion is, I think, similar. I think you have just do it and start somewhere. Don't overthink. I think, and definitely don't waste time planning every little detail, because when you start, it actually doesn't matter what you plan. It always changes as you go. And I think the learning happens when you build. You don't learn when you read, because,
yeah.
pick a niche, get the domain, set up WordPress, and that's it.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I guess there's a lot of very few people that get successful with the first thing they do anyway. It's basically just like the testing phase, the learning phase.
Yeah,
100%.
the momentum beats perfection, I think.
Yeah, and I guess also the kind of like holding yourself accountable in actually pushing through. It is hard. It is like every business. I think a lot of people are living with this instant gratification mindset that stuff is going to happen immediately. I feel like I'm very lucky with a lot of the members inside of the community that come there and kind of doesn't really expect that it's going to be the smoothest ride ever. Which is also a good thing, I guess, to learn having like the delayed gratification mindset.
And also niching down, I'd say. I think just entering into the industry, it might seem a little bit scary because you'll see a lot of the big sites like gambling.com, casinos.org. But I think trying to focus on like a smaller market,
Yeah,
maybe even a non-English speaking market at the beginning,
yeah,
and then trying to learn the game, understand SEO a little bit more. And I
mm,
think you'll see faster results and
mm,
you'll feel like you're actually building something
yeah.
quicker. And then you can just scale from there. So then you can launch in other geos and then just keep building and building and building.
Yeah, starting small,
Yeah.
basically. Like,
Starting small. Yeah.
yeah, starting small, starting where you feel like you have a chance to actually, drive some traffic, driving some leads. And then after that, you can obviously also, improve and branch out to more competitive keywords and more competitive niches.
Yeah.
That is for sure a good
Yeah.
point. A lot of the people that I see, they are very successful in something very niche. Like, I mean, obviously, a lot of the websites that I've built in the past have been very broad websites, but I kind of went, especially in the Brazilian market, I went a bit more narrow with my targeting, and it kind of works well, and it also if people are it doesn't really have the patience to wait to rank for like bigger keywords. Starting smaller is it gives a bit more gratification, I guess, to see traffic coming in earlier. So nice, we had some really good tips there. And also, yeah, I mean, I guess this is something similar, but I wanted to talk about a bit about, because that is a question I get a lot from people, especially the ones that are booking the free calls with me, because that's something that you can do if you're following the YouTube channel. There's a link in the description where you can book just a free call and we can talk a bit. And I have a couple of these calls a week, and a lot of people are asking questions. And something that people ask me about is finding operators to work with, because they reach out to operators and they don't really get, even a reply sometimes, and sometimes the deals are way too low. An operator is basically the casino that you want to work with. So how have you guys been going about finding the casinos that you're listing on your current websites?
I think when it came to choosing first operators, like Google is the best friend for like 2, 3 first operators, but don't overdo it because it's not the most important thing to do. Just find 3 operators or 2, and when you get traffic, the operators will come. I have like 10 clicks a month. It's nothing big, nothing crazy, but I see already operators talking to me.
So they basically reach out to you through your website. If you have an email on your website and they contact you through that one saying, hey, we are interested in getting listed on your website, basically.
Yeah. I have emailed there and they email me through my website. I think build first and traffic attracts the deals. If they see the traffic, they will come.
Yeah, so that is a good point that you mentioned, is that if you have a website that doesn't really have any traffic yet, spending like hours every day just negotiating the best deals and finding all of these like hundreds operators, it doesn't really make sense to put the focus on that in the beginning, right?
Yeah. The more important thing is SEO, because when you have traffic, you can make money easy.
Yeah. So, and how did you get your first operator, Joshua?
Yeah, so similar to Joseph, I would say focusing on putting content on your website first. Get a few pages up and running. But then what I would do is I would look in your country and I would type in best online casinos, and then I would look at maybe the top 5 results and look at their lists. And what you'll notice is that a lot of the casinos tend to be the same, and that's a good sign because it means that they're willing to work with SEO affiliates. So what I'll do is I'll go to those websites individually because that's what I did, and I'll just reach out to them by email. And then I would say, hey, look, I have this website. We are quite new to the market, but we're already seeing some good signs in terms of SEO. And would you like to make a deal? And I would first try and go for the best deal. Like I'll just try and put down a hybrid deal on the table and ask them how they feel about that. A lot of them will say no at the beginning, but some of them will say yes. And if you can get that hybrid deal, try and secure that then. If not, I would even say try and get the best revenue share deal that you can with them. Ask them for a testimonial link as well, which is also going to help you with your backlink strategy. And even that testimonial link that you'll get, once other casinos see that, they start reaching out to you as well. So for what I've seen is that a lot of the operators reaching out to me, they've already seen me on another operator's affiliate, like testimonial site. And so they reach out to me as well. And so I get a lot of inbound to the point where now I'm not even reaching out to casinos. I just get all the deals coming in. And I'm relaxed. So that's pretty much how I would go about it.
Yeah, and also, do you keep the contact with the affiliate managers through email, or do you usually move it over to Teams?
So I normally move over to Teams and Telegram at the moment. And I think that's a lot better because you can start to build relationships with them. So even a few of them, I've sort of built like a little relationship with them where I'll ask them for advice as well. And they would tell me what their other affiliates are doing, some of the hot markets at the moment, and some strategies, like some keywords that they think I should rank for. And some of them can be really helpful, actually. They are really nice people. That's what I found in this whole iGaming affiliate. Like a lot, like people are way nicer than I thought they would be. When I came in, so I thought everyone would be competitive. No one would want to speak to anyone about what they're doing. But it's the complete opposite. Like even Adam shares quite a lot. and I'm really grateful for that as well.
Do you mean that I'm sharing a lot of suggestions for operators to work with?
Yeah, operators and just SEO advice in general and the business advice. I think a lot of people in this industry do help out if you are.
Yeah, he helped me with one deal with BC Game.
Oh yeah.
He introduced me to the nice lady, and I got a really nice deal from them.
Yeah, and I think because I was usually when I introduce people to operators, I stay in the group chat, and I think that was one of the fastest deals I've ever seen. It was like so fast.
Yeah.
So they basically replied immediately, and you were like, "Can we have this deal?" Yeah, yeah, sure. Sign up here. Okay. Oh, here's your tracking link, and it was like finished in like 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
really fun to see. And how about you, Johan?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as Joseph and Joshua. I googled the first operator, and then I looked at the competitors and contacted the affiliate program managers and settled some deals. And like Joseph and Joshua, when you start getting traffic and ranking on valuable keywords, the emails are just flowing in.
Yeah.
But what I can say, like a tip, when you start getting some traffic and you start making some commission, I get more and more picky which brands I put on the site.
Yeah.
So right now I always ask for, first I ask for a listing fee, of course. If they can't pay the listing fee, it's not a legit casino.
Yeah.
And I always ask for invoice details, like the first, second message on Teams.
Yeah.
If they can't provide invoice details fast, maybe they are some kind of shell casino or shady people behind.
Yeah, another good tip also there when it comes to the credibility, or more maybe just how much people like a certain casino, is to put the URL or the domain of the casino inside of Ahrefs and see if they have some organic traffic as well, if they have some organic mentions. So I did that a lot in Brazil to see if a casino has a lot of their own organic traffic, because that means that a lot of people are searching for this casino, which means that people know about it. And that is also kind of like a thing. If people trust a casino, and if you see that people trust it and search for it, they are way more likely, I guess, also to sign up through your through your comparison website, through affiliate.
Yeah, that's really smart. Nice tip.
You can also do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've never had issues, finding operators. Many of them, as you say, are very hungry for traffic, and a lot of them like have sign up forms or links to their affiliate program. So, I mean, as long as you have like a respectable website to begin with, I think you will be fine. And then, of course, as Johan talked about, as you go forward, you can start charging listing fees and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good strategy actually with the listing fees. I did that as well. It obviously some markets, and obviously if you have some traffic, it's easier to charge the listing fees. Listing fees are basically a one-time fee that they have to pay just in order to get listed on the website. So if you're getting a lot of these people that just wants to get listed and you feel like you don't really want to list them, you're not really, then you can always do the Hail Mary, and it's like, okay, you can get listed for like 500 euros. And if they say no, you don't really care. If they say yes, you make 500 easy money. And also, I mean, I've been in the industry for a very long time, and I think you we are also in some of the same kind of teams groups as well. And people are also recommending a lot. We are also doing it inside of the community, but let's say that someone is looking for a brand in a certain market, like suggestions. Some other people can come and say, oh, yeah, this brand is converting very well in this market. Or if someone is just looking for contact information, let's say, like Joseph, for example, he's looking for a contact at BC Game, and I have the contact. So it's very good also to know people inside of the affiliate industry as well, because you can share contacts with each other. And usually it's easier also to start working with someone if you got recommended. So, but it's like Albin said, it's like it's a buyer's market as well. Like there's always going to be more casinos looking for traffic than affiliates looking for casinos. So nice, some good input. And also, how did you guys decide on the first market you start working in?
Personally, for me, it was I wanted to enter a market where I could understand the language. So I speak Swedish and English, so I decided to go with it. for the English market. And then like the tip I got from you, Adam, in the beginning was to not go into like a super saturated market. So, you know, it was basically a process of elimination where I settled on an African market to begin with, as I thought the competition looked like not as strong as like in UK or US and those countries.
Nice. Yeah, maybe I should answer the question myself as well.
Yeah.
I started in the UK market, and I started at the same time as the UK Gambling Commission came in and regulated the market. So for me, it was the same thing there. I was just kind of following the stream a bit because everyone was very, interested in going into the UK market. So that was also like the reason why I entered it. I didn't really have that much thought behind it, but it just seemed like a very attractive market at the time. But obviously now the UK is pretty competitive. But there's also a lot of search volume for the keywords. So just, picking up small shares of the market shares there, I think it's still kind of possible. But it's also smart of you to like enter a bit more like emerging markets. So that's good. And Johan, you're doing the Swedish market, right? Is it because you're Swedish?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's because I'm Swedish. But actually, my first site was for Canada. So I went with English for the first sites as well. I tried Canada, I tried Australia, I tried New Zealand before I settled down and started my Swedish site instead.
Yeah, I remember you had the Australian site, because I also had an Australian site at the same time. So I think we did some link swapping or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It was named Crikey Casinos, I think, with crocodile as a logo.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like pretty
But
amazing.
actually, I took a look at my first site. I sold for like $500-$600 to a guy, my Canadian site, and it is still online. Actually, it's casinosaints.org.
Yeah, nice.
So
Yeah, I
it's
think
a logo with a little saint guy.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think I sold my first, not my first, but I sold my Australian site as well. When I went into like Brazil, and I never really worked on it that much. So I also sold it to some Swedish guy actually for like 3K or something. I don't know how it's doing right now though. Maybe I should check it out later. Because at that point I had so many websites, I started so many different projects. So either I let them just kind of die or you sell them for like pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think start with the language you're comfortable in, and if that site works well and takes some valuable keywords, you can always translate it pretty easy with AI and things like that. And that is you have done a lot of great videos about that, Adam.
Yeah, I think I created some things about the AI translation things because I worked so hard on my translation prompts. So pretty nice. And I think both Joshua and Joseph, you're doing the same market, right?
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, so I have two websites. The first one was in Chile. The second one is like a more multi-geo LATAM site, mainly focused on Argentina. So that's where I overlap with Joseph. But in terms of choosing the first site, at the beginning, I didn't really know which market I wanted to enter into. So what I was doing is I was just reaching out to some affiliate managers, speaking to Adam just to try and get a sense of the different markets. And then I remember coming down to three options. And then going with Chile, I also wanted to go into an emerging market, and also into Spanish as well, just because I thought it'd be interesting for me as well, because I also want to learn Spanish. So this was like two birds, one stone. Could create a first website into the Spanish market and also learn the language at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. And then also I'm hoping it's sort of a situation like buy low, sell high, as in get into a Spanish speaking market while it's still quite new. And then maybe in 10 years time, it could be like a quite stable market. And then sell to maybe one of the bigger sites.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it came choosing to my first market, I think I thought like in every country there is someone doing casino affiliate marketing and he's successful and he's making money. I think in every country. So I think if you commit, you can be successful anywhere, but you have to adapt at the country, you know. But for me, I wanted to start where the legal barriers weren't too strict or heavily enforced. I wasn't ready to deal with tough regulations or regulations right away, you know. So I choose Latin. I think is the best market to start.
So a lot of people also ask me in these like free one-on-one calls what market they should start in, and it is quite a hard thing to do because some markets are going to work for some people and some markets are not going to work for some people. And to be honest, most of the markets do work, but it's easier for me to recommend markets to not enter than it is to recommend markets to enter, basically.
Yeah, there are always drawbacks in like every market you look at. You can always find like negative aspects. Like if you go to Africa, for example, like the player value is very low, and then if you go to Sweden, the competition is extremely high, and so on. So yeah, maybe as Joseph says, you just have to like commit and adapt to the environment.
And also don't marry one market either, or don't marry one website, because I mean in I don't know how many markets I've been working in. Obviously, I've had websites operating in many markets, but I probably tried out at least 20 markets by now. And some worked really well, some didn't work. And that it's depending on, I don't really know. Sometimes it just works. But also some markets for me, I mean, some markets are more fun to work in than others. I think a lot of the European markets for me has been a bit more attractive because you can be a bit more aggressive with the deals. You can be a bit more aggressive with flat fees and listing fees and stuff like that. So obviously maybe they can be a bit more competitive. But when I went into the Brazilian market and only did that one, I kind of missed the whole sales kind of thing when you can do in the European market. We can sell way more. So
yeah, and that is the thing you have to try before you tried like every market possible to know what to choose. I think everybody should try everything, and they will know if they are in the game like you for 7-8 years, they will find the best country for them.
Yeah, and it's also like a good thing in operating in many markets as well is because you can kind of cross-sell one casino in many markets. Let's say that they come to you and say, "Oh, what are your strongest markets?" And then you can give them like, "I'm operating in these 10 markets. If you want to get listed in like 5 of them, you can get like a discount listing fee and stuff like that as well." So it's also a good negotiation kind of thing to have more markets.
Yeah, I think ultimately, even if you start off in a hard market or challenging one, it's just a learning experience at the end of the day, which is going to help you learn SEO even better and then help you in the future with other websites.
Yeah, that's also a good point for sure.
Yeah.
But nice. Let's see here. We can go to the next one. I have it somewhere here. Okay, I mean, this one is kind of self-fulfilling, this question, I guess. We talked about it a bit already. But what are some of the things you've learned inside of the CasinoAffMastery community? Or what you like about it, basically?
Yeah, first of all, I like that everyone is sharing their tips and strategies that are working right now because you're pretty alone as an SEO casino affiliate, and to share tips that has found out working, it's really good and saves a lot of time. And also, I like all the videos you have done on structuring things in like Google Sheets, how to track your profit and backlinks and such.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, because I mean, I guess the community is way more than just a course. I guess that was how I was like talking about it in the past. It's like, yeah, you get full access to the course, which you obviously do, but also for me, it's such a fun thing to. I mean, I asked like you guys uh, just pretty recently if you just want to hop on a call like this, and all of you were like, yeah, for sure. So it's actually a very tight-knit community with people that are very willing to share whatever they learn, especially like also in the Q&As that we're having. People are very open and very helpful and attentive. If someone asks something inside of the community, a lot of people are just replying, and that is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'll definitely say the weekly Q&As are the best part
Yeah.
of the community for sure. I mean, every week to be able to just speak to everyone, see how everyone's doing, ask any questions that we may have, specific or not. And it's just the way like to learn from everyone too, and then get ahead further. And so like we speak about whatever's happening currently as well. So, for example, you might watch YouTube, and maybe the content gets a little bit outdated, like the old stuff. But with being in this community and during the Q&As, you always get to keep on top of what's going on, which is, I think, the best part about it.
Yeah, I agree as well. I like the weekly Q&As because they every time after them I get fired up and motivated, you know, and it's also good like from an accountability standpoint because it's when you meet everyone and you share your thoughts, it's easier to, you know, get in the working mindset, so to speak. So yeah, and as I said before, I like the whole course as well because you basically get like a blueprint on the entire industry, which is like really valuable if you're gonna do this.
Yeah, thanks.
For me, I think the best thing I learned was being patient with things that I learned, because if you're entrepreneur or just guy that wants to make money on the internet, the best thing you can learn being patient in every way, because everything takes time and nothing is done within 6 months. And if you are not patient, you will not succeed in anything, I think.
That's true. And the community kind of helps with that also. When you feel like nothing is really moving forward, you can get the support as well.
Yeah, when I go to Q&A every week,
Mm.
I see if I did something the past week for 7 days and if I improved the website or not. If I didn't, I get back into it immediately, and it keeps me on the track all the time.
Nice. Yeah, and I can also say from my own experience, like there's a lot of the members. Obviously, there's in any community, there's people that join and they feel like this was not for me. So some people obviously are leaving the community at some point, but it's pretty interesting to see because school kind of has like this. You can get some very basic statistics on the members, and you can kind of see the engagements on members, and you can also see the churn rate, which is basically the amount of people that are leaving. And my community has about a 7% churn rate compared to other communities with like a 30%. And my engagement is quite a lot higher than other communities. And I think that is very also based on, I cannot really see if other people are talking with each other in the like private messages and stuff, but I'm spending a lot of time every day is basically talking with people inside of the private message function as well. And I don't know about you guys if you also talk to other members as like in private.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few members here and there.
Yeah.
For example, we might want to help each other with like backlinks and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I talked to another guy that had entered like my market, which and he provided some insights, which was valuable. So yeah, it's a great community in that way as well.
Yeah, but for me, I mostly talk to them through the comments
Yeah.
in the school, because everyone can see that what are we talking about, and I think it's the best way. So everybody learns something.
Yeah, that's usually what I say also when people private message me. It's like, that's a great question. Maybe you can answer it in the community session. So other people can take part of the answers.
Yeah, but it's nice because every post in the community like have like answers to it. I've never seen like a post where no one has answered. So that's really cool.
Yeah. I especially like this guy. I'm not gonna like out him, but we have one guy in the community that is pretty cool. He's having these accountability post things.
Yes.
He's like commenting on his own post all the time with all of the work he's doing, and that is pretty cool. Like he's like multiple times a day, he's just basically using it as his own notes, and he's like, right, today I did this, today I did this, today I did this. So that is pretty nice. I tried once to create like this, 7-day accountability thing where people have to post every day. But then it feels like it's more of a chore to do it than just maybe being a fun thing. But you kind of remind me of this guy that it's really like, he's documenting everything inside of the community. And also, a lot of people are sharing their, I think I posted it in my latest YouTube video as well, with people sharing their success. Also, obviously, they're sharing what is not working, but I think that is something that a lot of people want to reach as well. Like you're getting their first FTD, you're making your first money. Some people even sold their websites, so they're like sharing it. So I think that is also pretty good in terms of like morale boost.
Yeah, this is the best thing for me. I think if somebody like posts, for example, Joshua, since he's already making 500 euros a month, I will be like, what the fuck? He started like the same time as me, and I will be more productive that way.
Yeah. Great. So nice. Thank you for the kind words. Okay, so we have kind of a last thing of wrapping up. I don't know how long we've been doing this, but it's pretty fun, no? But okay, so what are you guys working on at the moment? Like, let's say, what did you work on? Like, the last thing you worked on, was it like buying backlinks? Was it like writing content? Was it something else?
Yeah, so for me, last thing I worked on was content.
Yeah.
So I think I'm at this stage now because I launched my website in December.
Yeah.
And so I'm really looking at the pages I already have. I have over 100 pages on my site. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to optimize them now. Trying to just refresh the content, just to make them rank a little better.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, refreshing the content and then adding backlinks as well.
But we also talked about you're doing the email retargeting as well.
Oh yeah, and emails too. So I'm getting a little bit of traffic coming in, and so I've added a email capture thing onto my website. So it's like a roulette wheel that spins, and wherever it lands on which casino, it sends the player to that casino, and I also get to capture their email. And so at the moment, I've captured, I think, like 10 emails, but I haven't had it on my website for too long. So that's pretty good, in my opinion. And then the plan is just to connect everything up and then start sending emails out to my small email list, and hopefully over time it will grow into something good.
Yeah, I mean, and it's going to do it for sure. I mean, I've been doing it myself a lot, like with the email retargeting, and I've showed you some of the numbers of how many emails I've gathered. So it definitely is there. There is a proof of concept that it works with retargeting.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
For me, it was, I think, Bagelink, and I bought Bagelink from music websites, but they have many articles about casinos and music and things like that. So I bought it, and I had to redo the article like 5 times because they were like, there is nothing about music, etc. So it was pain in the ass. But it's alive already.
Yeah.
And also I tried the email thing and collecting emails on my Slovakian website, and it's working pretty good. I have like 5 emails already in 1 week, so it's working.
Yeah.
And you kicked me into that because I was like, I don't have enough traffic to do it.
Yeah.
And you told me, but you can start in the, you was started in the, and I have already some emails.
Yeah, and the cool thing with these email addresses is also that they are very, like they're hyper targeted towards people that are actually looking for this type of offers. Because some people can be very proud of having, email list of like 10,000 people, but none of them are actually, interested in casino offers. But with these email lists, they're like hyper focused on these exact type of people, so they're going to convert way better than just normal email lists as well. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, I've been working on links as well a lot, but most recently I'm gonna start like a news section on my site with like sports news and betting tips and stuff like that. So I've been trying to plan that out and finding like writers who could I could hire for that kind of content. So yeah, that's my most recent adventure.
But you are also working a lot on creating like calculators and stuff, like interactive tools
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. I currently have like 3 different calculators on my site. So I'm gonna like try to create a site for sports betting, which can be like useful to people. So like calculators and betting tips and stuff like that. And like I think calculators is good because I've heard a lot like these are very linkable, like as tools. So perhaps I can get some free links to them in the future as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how about you, Johan?
Yeah, for me, I have been buying backlinks. I should try to be have some vacation in July, so I try to buy some backlinks now that will be published in July. I have been updating my comparison table for all the casinos with the bonuses and wagering and stuff, and also try to scale to other countries. So I'm translating my site to Norwegian and to Finnish, and I also start working on a French site. So I have to do.
Yeah, and you also have we talked about it, I think, in our interview as well. But you also have pretty cool strategies when it comes to keeping your content fresh. The QDS
exactly.
queries.
For me, it is working very good actually. That I update my a table on my money page every 4th day with new values, and Google likes that because when I don't do that, pretty much the next day are in spot 2 or 3 instead of spot 1. So when I do it every 4th day, the algorithm likes it, and I get placed in spot 1.
Yeah, and I think you were the one that showed it to me as well. So I also implemented it on on my own websites. I created one of these. I think I sent it to you, but I created it inside of Claude AI. I built it there. I coded it, and they created it with the correct, the correct structured data and stuff like that also. So you're sending the correct signals to Google. Maybe I will create some tutorials about it as well, so other people can use it. But yeah, I do think you're correct in that. It's when we are in SEO and everything is so competitive, every small little thing kind of matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap it up a bit. Now in this video we've been talking for maybe 1 hour. In the Q&A we talked for 1 hour as well. So time to stretch our legs a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining, and thank you for everyone that was watching as well. If you have any questions to any of these guys, maybe you can leave in the comments and I will redirect the questions to them. And also, obviously, if you're interested in having a look at the community and meet all of these people, you can also find the link in the description. But yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon, I guess. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next Q&A in a week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Adam.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.